Hey, good morning. Brad Walczak here with Premier, and welcome to today's webinar. Today we have Zach Parker with us from GTL to go over the revised Recover Cash. He's done a couple of these with me so far, and really done a great job of covering all that it offers. Since the launch over 3 weeks ago, we've been getting a lot of interest in it, and we just kind of thought this would be a good time to go over it again and try to answer all those questions you have. With that, we have the questions box. I will try to answer some of your questions throughout the webinar, but if I don't have the answer or I feel like the group would benefit from it, I will pass it on to Zach at the end. Yeah, with that, I'll just let Zach take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Brad, for that, and welcome everyone. Pleased you're joining us this morning to talk about our newer Recover Cash plan. As you can see, it is short-term care insurance, primarily built towards helping those insureds who end up getting confined in a nursing home or assisted living facility. There's also benefits in this for any home health care, and there's a brand new caregiver benefit that we are thrilled about and excited to go ahead and, train you guys up on. We actually partnered with another company called TCARE to roll out these caregiver benefits. And like Brad did mention, there has been a lot of positive feedback on the product itself. So we're looking to kind of get everyone trained up as much as possible before we officially roll this out onto our agent portal, hopefully sometime next week. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road. For those of you not too familiar with GTL, here's a couple of notes about our company. We're located out in Glenview, Illinois. If you're not too sure where that is, it's about 20 miles northwest, I would say, of the Chicagoland area. We founded all the way back in 1936, so we're actually celebrating our 87th birthday this year. We are a mutual company, and we're licensed to do business in 49 states. The only state in which we do not conduct any business in is New York. And our AM Best rating is currently an A-, which is excellent by their standards. And of course, $0 of debt on our balance sheets, which helps us pay out all viable claims that come our way, and something we actually pride ourselves in doing. And just know that when you do work with GTL, know that you're working with one of the best carriers in the marketplace in the sense of rolling out the best of the best when it comes to both products and enabling our policyholders access to that sort of cutting edge advancements and medical care that is out there and available to them. And aside from that part of things, we want to make sure all of our claims are paid quickly, customer service calls are answered in a timely fashion, so all your clients are taken care of, and not just them, but agent calls as well. We try to be as helpful as possible and as accessible as possible, so it's easier for you guys to reach us whenever it is you do have something that comes up. And we are always innovating. So of course, this is a newer product. So I do want to show you a quick video here on the new Recover Cash plan that I believe Brad has queued up. If you can go ahead and play that for me right now, just to give you guys a quick little look at what it's going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and show this quick little video here. This is just going to be highlighting the plan itself, all the benefits that are included. So all the rapid advancements in medical care and time spent in the hospital are all sorts of areas of concern that we want to go ahead and address with Recover Cash. We want to extend, care to the family members when it comes to Recover Cash and, providing them benefit for actually taking care of their loved ones, on top of helping cover all of the out-of-pocket expenses that come with skilled nursing facilities or home health care stays. So the benefits themselves, very flexible. You have the option of taking out nursing home benefits and assisted living facility benefits, and the option of pairing them with the home health care rider. And that home health care rider is what offers the family support. And on the home health care side of things, they can receive up to $1,400 of weekly support and $3,500 of a caregiver benefit paid out to your client. And aside from that benefit itself, they'll also have access to TCARE services as well, such as helping them plan or come up with a tailored plan of service for taking care of their loved ones to make sure that they're back on their feet as soon as possible. Now, we do mention that there is a caregiver burnout associated with those family caregivers, and this entire caregiver benefit is designed to help address that caregiver burnout. So that $3,500 should help cover any financial stress that they're incurring due to transporting to and back to their loved ones to take care of them, and so on. So as displayed on your screen for you right now, the video is going over a current example of what a claim may look like and what a typical premium may look like for a 62-year-old. So certifying, or when you're certified as needing the help of a licensed home healthcare practitioner, that means they're unable to perform any 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, or they have a cognitive impairment. So they're at home needing assistance for, or this client's caregiver, being his daughter in this scenario, is there helping him do all the things he can't do on his own. So the daughter will then go ahead and go through TCARE's assessment tool to verify that she is providing care to the client here. So once that's completed, then GTL will then go ahead and send out that $3,500 lump sum amount to the policyholder or the caregiver themselves to go ahead and take care of whatever it is they're dealing with as a result from taking care of the client. All right, so that is the product in a nutshell. So that consumer video is going to be made available on our agent portal when we do go ahead and roll this out. I can also send a link to the video to Brad. If you want to go ahead and distribute that to those who are interested, please feel free to do so. Aside from that consumer video, we have other cross-selling tools. I'll highlight those a little later, but just know that those are going to be available for order. And then lastly, this product is going to be available on our e-app here, whether it's mobile app or on your PC via our agent website. Please feel free to send in as much business as you want, taking full advantage of the e-app, because in years past, our older Recover Cash plan was not available on the e-app. So very excited about that. And here is the state availability chart. These are all states and where the product has been approved for sale as of right now. All of the pink states is where that product is going to be available upon initial launch. All the gray states is where it has not yet been approved, but if anything does change in the future, which we fully anticipate it happening, we will send out communication on any new states via email. So please be sure just to keep an eye on all of those emails that you will see come in from GTL, because those contain important information. All right, so now let's dive into Recover Cash and why you may want to sell it. So first and foremost, this is an indemnity plan. So the benefits are going to be paid directly to your clients, of course, to help offset any costs associated with their care. That care being any nursing home and assisted living facility coverage. If you have a husband and wife or spouses that are applying together, they will be receiving a 10% discount upon application. And you do have that option to tack on home health care benefits as well as that caregiver benefit, as well as the option to add on a couple riders in form of the simple or compound increasing inflation protection rider. Okay, you'll also have the option to have coverage available immediately by way of the 0-day elimination period option. And the benefits are actually restorable once during the life of the policy. And as highlighted in that video, there are caregiver benefits available at $3,500 payable, and those access to family caregiver support services. So all those benefits can be touched on a little more, but let's start with a couple facts here on caregiving. So the average yearly cost for a private nursing home room, $108,000, okay? Now, there's 40 million reported family caregivers in the past 5 years. That's a huge number and an area of concern we want to address. And more importantly is that 40% of those caregivers actually end up suffering from depression due to that caregiver burnout I briefly mentioned. And lastly here, 85% of those family caregivers do not receive any respite care. So all areas of concern that we kind of went ahead and put this caregiver rider, or benefit I should say, in the plan to go ahead and address and help ease things on their end. All right, and here are the two benefits available to your client when they first elect coverage. Okay, of course, it's a nursing home assisted living facility plan to start, but they do have the option to take the plan with or without the home healthcare rider with that family caregiver benefit. So here's how it's going to work. So for the skilled nursing home and assisted living facility, first the client has to, meet their elimination period, if there is one. Then GTL will then go ahead and pay a certain dollar amount, anywhere in between $50 or $300 per day for each day your client is confined in a qualified nursing home or assisted living facility. Simple enough, right? Now, there is bed reservation coverage. Now, this will pay up to a maximum benefit of 10 days if they do return to the facility where they resided prior to their hospital confinement. Now, the covered lifetime maximum is 20 days on the bed reservation because, it does restore once during the life of the policy. After that restoration, they'll have an additional 10 days. As for the skilled nursing home, assisted living facility, when it comes to the benefit period options, those are displayed for you on this slide here. You can have as little as 30 days all the way up to 360 days of coverage. Now, I did mention this does restore once throughout the life of the policy, and it will restore after 180 days of no hospital confinement or stay in an assisted living facility or skilled nursing home, and a doctor has, deemed your client as no longer needing the services. Right, and then the riders available on the skilled nursing is first the simple increasing inflation protection benefit rider. This will go ahead and increase their daily maximum benefit amounts by 5% of the original amount. Then the compound increasing inflation rider will go ahead and increase that maximum benefit by 5% compounded annually for the lifetime of the policy. And that brings us to our home healthcare rider with that family caregiver support. And here's a little more detailed breakdown of how that rider is going to work and how it's structured and what's available to your clients. So just like skilled nursing facility and the assisted living care itself, issue age on this entire product, anyone in between the ages of 40 and 84. So the home healthcare weekly benefit amount will be paid to your client for any qualified home healthcare services performed in their home. They need at least 3 of those services or treatment visits to take place at least 1 hour per visit from a licensed home healthcare practitioner. The benefit amounts they can receive are going to be paid per week, and that ranges anywhere from $50 all the way up to $1,400 per week. Also have the option to select your elimination period here, either a 0 or 20-day elimination period. And the benefit period options, a little lesser, but you can either have it paid out over 26 or 52 weeks. And then lastly, they will have access to those family caregiver benefits when they elect to take out this rider. All right, now, in order to qualify for benefits, I mentioned those daily activities of daily living. So first of which is going to be that inability to perform at least 2 of those 6. And second, your client has suffered either a cognitive impairment and requires substantial supervision. So either one of those 2. Now, here we're going to touch on kind of like the new benefit here, the revolutionary. We're going to dive more into this is TCARE and that caregiver benefit. So this will come into play when your clients have actually been approved for a home healthcare claim and their family caregiver has gone through TCARE's caregiver assessment tool. Once that's all been completed, GTL will then send out $3,500 to your client for their family caregiver. They can go ahead and send that money to them, take care of it however they see fit. Once they have the money, it's up to them. But not only that benefit, they'll also have targeted concierge services provided by TCARE to kind of tailor a plan for that caregiver to go ahead and make sure they're giving their loved one the best care possible. If you're a little unfamiliar of who TCARE is, just real quick, they're a company that kind of enables family caregivers to really focus on taking care of themselves, not just their loved ones. They have those action plans that they're going to roll out to your clients and that caregiver. They'll go ahead and give insight to the care itself. They'll go ahead and help your client and their caregiver connect to any local resources that'll help them further their plan of care. And family care protection products. So TCARE is really out there to really help families navigate, all the obstacles and hurdles that come with the caregiving journey. All right, and now here's a quick little step-by-step guide on how that family caregiver screening and support tools are going to work. So first, I do want to mention that all of the TCARE information and like how to register with TCARE and how to get into that TCARE caregiver assessment tool is all going to be included in your client's policy documents. So you want to make sure they save those as soon as they receive them from us. But once they go ahead and receive those documents, let's have your client go ahead and register with TCARE. Their caregiver is going to go ahead and complete that caregiver assessment. TCARE will then identify the needs of the caregiver. Once that's taken care of, they'll go ahead and tailor that care plan and send it out to the client and caregiver. And once it's been sent out, GTL will then go ahead and send that $3,500 check to your client to help cover any out-of-pocket expenses that caregiver has incurred. Then followed by information and referrals to those local resources to help them actually implement that plan of care. And then things get a little easier. So you're going to have all those digital tools and reminders of what it is that needs to be done as part of that initial tailored care or tailored plan of care. And then lastly, you just have your 3-month follow-up with TCARE and their specialists, and you'll receive ongoing support for any other questions that they may have. And what's really cool about this, family caregiver benefit itself is that you don't need to go on claim to first ask TCARE any questions that a client may have. You can visit their website and contact their company as soon as you have the policy, as soon as you receive the policy details and all the contact information from TCARE. If you have any questions at all about what may need to happen down the road, if you're already trying to, get ready for that occurrence, if you're expecting to have to take care of a loved one, to kind of see, what state of mind you need to be in, what things to expect, and things of that nature. All right, so that is pretty much it for, Recover Cash. It's a pretty straightforward plan itself. When it comes to underwriting, I have the health questions displayed for you here. You can download an application from our agent portal, which will display these same health questions here. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave this up for a few seconds. If you do want to go ahead and snap a picture of it, please feel free to do so. Just important to know that any question that a client answers yes to on this screen will deem them ineligible to take out a policy for themselves. So if you want to go ahead and make yourselves more familiar with those questions to kind of save time down the road, if you notice a client or a prospective client you're speaking with would fall under the categories of answering yes to any of these questions, you can save yourself some time from having to go over the entire product, do your entire presentation, things like that. All right, and then I have some sample rates for you. Non-tobacco and tobacco rates are going to be displayed on this slide for you here. This is going to be for a 180-day benefit period, paying $150 per day in the skilled nursing facility with a 20-day elimination, and the home health care rider is added on to be paid $500 per week over 26 weeks, and again, a 20-day elimination. So ages 45, 55, and 65, the prices for each of those clients, non-tobacco and tobacco, are highlighted for you here, just to give you a little idea of what the price range is going to look like for any given policy. But again, we are rolling this out hopefully sometime early next week on our portal, so you'll be able to go in there, log in, and play with the quoting tool when that's all set. All right, that brings me to our marketing materials. So briefly showed you that consumer video, albeit without audio. I kind of spoke over it to kind of, a cheap version of what they were actually talking about during that video. That'll be available for you later on. But aside from the video itself, we do have brochures, prospecting mailers in the form of like a postcard where you can leave your contact info on there so your prospects know where to reach you. We have a client infographic flyer, which is essentially that consumer video I did show, just broken down into words. And then we have a what is caregiver burnout flyer. That'll go over all those statistics that I showed at the beginning of the presentation here and why you should actually care about caregiver burnout. All of these are going to be accessible via our agent portal at gtlic.com. You can place an order for those on there, of course, free of charge. or feel free to contact our sales support department. You can either call or text them at the same number. It's going to be 800-323-6907. All right. So, but again, that is all I had on Recover Cash for you today. It's a little bit of a shorter training because there's not really too much in it, for being as, beneficial as a product as it is. So please feel free to take advantage of the resources at hand through like the marketing materials, our staff here at GTL. If you want to run any questions by us, please do not hesitate to call in or email into us. We'll be more than happy to assist you with anything it is that you do need, because we've received tons of positive feedback on this product. Everyone here is really excited about it. So I'm hoping it fits your niche as well, and you see it being a very beneficial product to add to your portfolio. So again, with that, I do want to thank you all for taking the times out of your day to go ahead and join us for this brief little training. Brad, were there any questions in the Q&A that you needed assistance with for me?
Well, yeah, we kind of had, some on the state availability, and I can send them out the list on that. But I don't know if you're able to share, do we have any states that are waiting for approval?
I do not. No, we do not have any that are waiting for approval. No. I want to say Texas will be added. Off the top of my head, I'm not too sure. Maybe Texas and Arizona, but don't quote me on that. I do believe those are in the works, but I wouldn't be able to give you a for sure answer on those right now.
Okay. And I knew there was another one in there too. I just wasn't sure if that's we're able to share that or not.
Yeah.
One other question then: what if they already had the old Recover Care, or what can we do or if they have the short-term home health care, are we able to have both?
If they have short-term home health care or Recover Cash?
Well, if they had the Recover Cash, what if we'll start there.
And if they wanted access to that caregiver benefit?
Yes. Well, and and the home side.
Yeah. So I believe that's going to be getting handled on a case-by-case basis, because we don't really have a plan of action for those right now. Of course, it's going to depend upon their age currently, and if they're going to be able to go through underwriting again and be approved for another policy. And if they want to go ahead and replace it with the new plan, I don't know if that's going to be something we're really going to allow to start, but that's something I can go ahead and run by our higher ups here to see how they want to handle those cases when they do come in, because that's a great question that we haven't had come up yet.
Okay. Yeah, looking through the rest of the questions, I got quite a few, but I think they're just going to be more of a one-on-one, one-on-one basis. I apologize for the technical difficulties I had playing that video. I have a list of all the attendees, so I will send that out to you.
Perfect.
For both the consumer video and the TCARE.
Awesome.
And then, otherwise, I just want to, thank Zach for coming back on here and going over this with us. And as he mentioned, you have the support team with GTL, but if you want anything, don't be afraid to contact me. I can be your first source, and I can get you all those sales materials in as well. So with that, I appreciate all the attendees, and let's get back to the day.